Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.
Well, a very good evening to you. Welcome to another episode of Sky Blue Fans TV. I'm Ken Stewart. I'm your host tonight. Miles is taking a well-earned break tonight, so we won't have Miles on, but we have got some other guests lined up. We've got Claudio, we've got Victoria, and we've got Tony, which we're going to introduce you to in just a moment. We're also going to talk about the 9 goals the Sky Blues have scored in the last 2 games. Wow, who'd have expected that? And what a game that was against Oxford. A goals fest, weren't it? So that's 9 in 2 games we've scored, so that's fantastic. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to have the goals for you. We've got Casey Palmer's interview up in the lounges. He was man of the match, surprise, surprise. He had a fantastic game. And we're going to talk a little bit about, in the second half, talking about this statue for John and George. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So I'm going to give you an update on what's raised so far and how much they're looking to raise. Also some news about Joe Elliott coming on the programme, our future programme, to discuss the whole thing and in detail. So we look forward to that. But anyway, let's get the guests on. Let's get them on and introduce them to the. We've got. Oh, Claudio's here. Good evening.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening, Claudio. You must have just popped in at the last minute. Yeah, I didn't see you. You're just clear now. How are you, mate? All right?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Good. Let's get Vicky on.
Evening, guys.
Victoria, how are you? All right?
Very well, thank you.
Good. We've all got smiles on our faces. Got a fantastic start to the new year. Goals galore. And we've also got Tony from Nation Radio tonight. Good evening, Tony.
Evening, everyone. Everyone good? Everyone happy?
Yes. All happy. 9 goals. Who'd have believed it? 9 goals in 2 games they've scored. What a fantastic start to the new year for the Sky Blues. I mean, it's been brilliant. We've got lots to get through to tonight. We've got to talk about that. We've got a Guestigate as well. We've got a Guestigate winner from the last game, which we announced. We've got another Guestigate, which you'll have to do for the up-and-coming Leicester game, which shouldn't be too difficult because I think it's going to be about sellout. So you're going to be around the 29,000, 30,000, I'd say. Not far off there anyway. Okay, let's start by talking about the FA Cup. That's been on all weekend on our TV screens and tonight as well, obviously. I was watching the Arsenal-Liverpool game as well earlier. Liverpool through to the 4th round. Of course, we're through to the 4th round as well. Claudio, believed to be in the hat. I mean, it was a strong team lineup, weren't it, from Mark Robbins? He didn't make any real shocking changes like he did against Wrexham, where we had a bit of a weakened side when he brought the big boys on afterwards. He started with a really strong side.
Yeah, I think Doug King put a little message underneath the office door.
Yeah, after last year's embarrassment.
We've got a big crowd turning up. We want to see some play. In fairness, the bench is quite strong anyway now, so having swapped it around, it wouldn't have been that much weaker. But I mean, it was nice driving to the ground. We've got the team news. You thought, great, this is a proper game. You know, they're taking it seriously, which is, I think, great for the fans who turned up as well. And to be honest, within half an hour, it worked. So it was great. I was pleased with the selection.
Were you surprised to see Palmer, O'Hare, and Sakamoto all starting? Because I was shocked when I seen that. I thought, oh my God, he's going for it.
Well, it's what we've wanted for weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So I was really pleased. I was happy with that. That was I was really, really, really pleased with the selection.
Team selection was fantastic. Victoria, I'm sure you were happy with the team selection, weren't you?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think, like we all said, probably slightly stronger than any of us expected. And then when we were talking about it on Thursday, we were telling the Oxford fan that you probably wouldn't see some of these players because we probably wouldn't play them, and they all turned up. So yeah, great.
Yeah, I mean, I just couldn't believe that he played all three of them. But fair play to him, he did, and it worked. Tony, were you surprised at the team selection, or were you happy?
Yeah, I was a bit, because I thought he'd rest a few players, but fair play. It was an attacking lineup. He went for it, and obviously he'd seen the Oxford team, and Mark Robbins probably knows some of them better than we do.
Yeah.
And so he thought, well, I'm going to attack them, and it worked a treat.
Yeah, yeah. It was great. I mean, the goals. I mean, Claudio, the goals went in early, didn't they? And so the nerves were a little bit relieved. I mean, obviously we were all a bit, when they equalised, we thought, oh, here we go again with their sort of first shot on target. But I always got the impression we could go up again. Did you?
Oh yeah, I thought after 30 minutes it felt like a testimonial. The last 15 minutes of that first half.
Yeah.
And I think I was saying to Luca, we were sort of saying, "Oh, I hope this doesn't just sort of sort of drift out to nothing, and we end up being bored in the second half as well."
Yeah.
And I think, they could have easily. I mean, to be honest, I saw somebody on social media saying this could be 8-1, and people were taking the mick. And I think actually, had they taken it seriously, it could have been.
Could have been double figures.
Yeah, it just shows you how far we've come from League One in such a short space of time, because we look like a proper outfit against a side who are pushing for promotion. So it was a job well done, wasn't it?
Yeah, and comparing it to last season against Wrexham, where we were very poor. I mean, there was players that got brought in last season, obviously, because they were knocking on his door, wanting a game and stuff. When they did get their chance, they didn't perform. And before we knew it, we were like 3-1, 4-1, 4-1 down. It was ridiculous. But this year, I mean, on Saturday against Oxford, I thought we really dominated the game from start to finish. We didn't. Okay, we gave them 2 goals, didn't we? But they're both shots from sort of outside the area, weren't they? They weren't. We didn't give them. Apart from that, we didn't give them many chances at all, did we? To be honest.
No, they. I was probably surprised how weak they were. I thought they'd just be stronger.
Yeah.
I know our guest said on midweek they got quite a few injuries, but I just felt, with the support they had, which I thought was a bit dreary. I mean, 3,500 of them. There was no. Normally, when you get support like that, you have a bit of banter with your own fans, but there was nothing, was there? They didn't,
Whether that was because all the goals went in early and we sort of went 3-1 up and that shut them up, sort of thing, didn't they? They weren't sort of in the mood to sing after being 3-1 down so early, but
possibly. I just thought they'd make a bit more noise. We've been battered away from home. We still keep singing.
Yeah, we do. We sing all the time. I mean, there's plenty of times where we've been on the wrong end of defeats, but the Sky Blue Army still keep singing. But I was surprised the amount of fans that were there. They were very, very quiet, and whether that was because of all the goals flying in early, I don't know, but. And we'll have the goals for you a little bit later on in the programme. We're going to share the goals. So, I mean, I thought overall, fantastic job, well done. And all we wanted to be in the hat for the next round, don't we? And anybody do you fancy? I mean, do you fancy anybody, Claudio, in the next round? Or
I'll take anybody at home.
Anybody at home?
Yeah, I don't want to go away. I can't be bothered with the clamber of tickets. Imagine we get Bournemouth away. That's going to be dreadful.
That'd be a nightmare. Yeah. Or Luke.
Absolutely dreadful. They will have the whole fan base crying because they can't get a ticket.
Yeah.
I'd sooner have rubbish teams all the way through. That's what you want at home. I'm not bothered about. I mean, I've seen plenty of Premier League teams in the past. I don't need to see Liverpool again in the flesh. I'm not interested. You see them every week on the telly. Why do you want to see them at the CBS or go to Anfield? I'm not bothered. Yeah, just
true.
Not bothered.
Very true. Yeah. Who's your man of the match then, would you say, on Saturday? Who's still
I would say a toss-up between Palmer and Sheaf. I thought Sheaf was so relaxed in midfield, really. Probably at times too relaxed, but Palmer because of his wonder goal, I suppose.
Yeah, fantastic goal, Palmer's. And we've got his interview up in the lounges. He was man of the match, and I was lucky enough to be up there afterwards, and I managed to get hold of it. So we'll listen to that in a bit. Victoria, I'm sure you up and down off your seat, weren't you, all afternoon? Them goals flying in.
Although I got stuck in traffic and I missed the first couple of goals.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Oh.
so I was only up and down. I wasn't up and down as much as everybody else.
No.
But yeah.
I mean, compared with last year against Wrexham, it was fantastic all-round performance, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I've said to a few people, like the game against Wrexham
Yeah.
was good for a neutral. It wasn't good for us.
No.
And again, it was good for a neutral this time, but better for us.
Yeah.
So that sort of what we want the goals our way, not some of the teams. That's why I agree with Claudio, really. I don't want to be like seeing us get thrashed by Man City or someone. I want to, like, we have a few rounds at home, build up a bit of confidence in the cup, get a nice little run going.
Yeah.
And I don't understand the desire to go and get knocked out like early doors by having to play away at some big Premiership team.
I'd like. I mean, there's not many. I was talking to a few friends, and there's not many Premier League sides that have played at the CBS Arena. To be honest, is there?
No.
Since it's been open, I mean, there's only like a handful, like probably West Ham, Chelsea. Obviously, we had Chelsea, but all the big guns have never played there. Your Liverpool, your Tottenham, your Arsenal, we've never played them at home. So. You know what I mean? So it'd be nice.
I don't want that, JJ, because that's the sort of team that would trip us up.
Yeah, we just got a message here from JJ. No one Maidstone at home. Yeah, well, they're the lowest ranking team left in the competition, aren't they? I believe so. Somebody's got to get them. They might get a nice juicy home. There will be a mad scramble for tickets if we got them away. I'll tell you that. The mad scramble for tickets. So I mean, who was your man of the match for Saturday, Victoria? I mean, Palmer's goal. You enjoyed Palmer's goal, didn't you?
Yeah, and I agree with Claudio again. I think it was a toss-up between him and Sheaf. I thought Sheaf, he's had a couple of games where he's come up for criticism for giving the ball away and things like that. And I think it's probably actually the perfect game for him because he was so at ease, and him and Eccles in the middle weren't overly troubled. It just allowed Sheaf to just show his class, really, didn't it? And so I think it would have been Chiefs if it wasn't for Palmer's wonder goal. So,
and Sakamoto, I suppose, the man of the moment, had a bit of a quiet game by these respects lately, but he still did a job, didn't he? And Matty Godden come on and scored 2 goals in 20 minutes.
Happy days.
You know, it's fantastic, wasn't it? I mean, I don't know what to make of his celebration. It was very muted, wasn't it?
I didn't know, because there's been all sorts of strange speculation, hasn't there, about what it's about. But normally, his wife and young lad sit in front, like they sit a few like in the block in front of them. And he runs over and celebrates with them there, and they're obviously not there at the moment because she's given birth recently, hasn't she, to their second son. And I just thought, I know he said a few times about being superstitious. Maybe he didn't want to run over if they're not there. It could be as simple as that. I think people are like saying he's off and all this sort of stuff. I don't think it shows that at all.
No, I mean, obviously he's disappointed not being in the starting lineup, but I think Robbins is doing his best to try and shout about a bit, isn't he? Give him time. I mean, Hadji weren't even on the bench, was he? Hadji, and the goalkeeper Collins weren't even on the bench, so they were left out of the squad altogether.
Yeah.
So I think he's trying to be fair and swap it around between all 3 of them. And he's not getting any younger, is he, Godden, either? So, but he's been a fantastic servant for us. So, if he did go, I'd be sorry to see him go. But because he's a great backup striker, isn't he? You can call upon, and he knows where the back of the net is, doesn't he?
That's it. He remains the most clinical striker at the club, doesn't he? He's always been that, always. So,
It's a shame. Shame Sims didn't get on the score sheet, isn't it? He had a couple of great chances, and the keeper made a couple of great saves. To be fair, so he was a bit unlucky in that aspect. But I was surprised they never gave him the penalty. Were you? When O'Hare stepped up.
Yeah, well, they're looking at his stats. It doesn't look like he's a regular penalty taker.
Right.
And you just think if he doesn't normally take it very often and he misses it or it's saved,
because he put more pressure on it.
It's going to hit his confidence more. It's going to get more people on his back. And so I think Robin's the right shout there. Just keep him away from that at the moment.
And it was a bit of a bizarre penalty, wasn't it, from O'Hare? It was a bit cheeky. It did like a bit of a star jump.
I'm not a fan of that, really.
No, because if it goes wrong, it looks silly, doesn't it? Luckily, it didn't. So fair play to him. But I wouldn't want him trying that, in a semi-final or something like that, and an important game, in the next round. So, It'll be interesting to see. I've got a few more comments coming in, Claudio. Yeah, Glenn, evening, Glenn. Hard to say we weren't clinical enough yesterday. Felt we wasted a lot of chances and were sloppy at times. Yeah, I suppose in a way we did have a fair few chances, and it could easily have been, 8 or 9, really, couldn't it? I mean, if that keeper, to be fair, made a couple of good saves, but I suppose it must be difficult for the players sometimes when you're dominating a game so much, to take the eye off the ball a little bit, and which I suppose they do, don't they? You're winning the game. You think, well, there's no way we're going to lose this, and they do get sloppy passes. And there was a few passes when went astray that you'd normally expect them to do a lot better with. So yeah, I think that's just natural, to be honest. With a lot of players do that when they're 3-4 or not, they do take their eye off the ball a little bit. And in a way, I suppose we'd worry a little bit, but I can't complain too much. About, when you win 6-2, you've got to be happy, haven't you? Jordan Williams not having a midweek game allowed us full strength. Yeah, I agree with that. Giving nice momentum going into Leicester. Yeah, and that's another thing, Tony, isn't it? Great momentum going into the Leicester game on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, what was now? Was it 1 defeat in 11 games or something like that when we went to Ipswich? And
yeah,
we all know what cost us that game.
Yes,
that was
exactly.
him putting Ayari in. And he was losing it. He changed it at half time and didn't get a goal second half, Ipswich.
Yeah, I was going to mention about Ayari going back to. I mean, was anybody surprised at him going? I don't think anybody on here was surprised at him going back, were they?
He's gone to Blackburn. He's gone to Blackburn.
Yeah,
he came on yesterday for them.
Did he come on in the end? Did he?
Yeah, 70 minutes.
Because it didn't really work out for him, I don't think, for here. I mean, he's obviously going to be a good player maybe in a few years' time.
That's an understatement, Ken.
Well,
it didn't work out at all.
Yeah,
it didn't work out at all.
Yeah, but Claudio, it's £5 million they paid for him.
Don't matter.
He's a bad player. He's not a bad player. I bet you in a couple of years' time he'll be a good player. I think he will be.
I don't.
I do. I disagree with you because it's £5 million, and they're not stupid. Brighton are not stupid. They wouldn't pay £5 million for a rubbish player.
Well, you say that. They let Vic go.
Well, it did, but he didn't turn out to be rubbish, did he? In the end, but he was good.
No, that's because he came to us.
Yeah, possibly.
I think these clubs now have got so much money they can gamble. They take a gamble. We gamble with 2 million. They'll gamble with 4, 5 million, and 6 million.
Yeah, but obviously Robin's seen something in it, didn't he? And all the coaching staff, all the people that have been the scouting in, they obviously seen.
I just think they had probably a handful of players they could grab hold of right at the end of the window, and they grabbed him in the hope that he would do something.
So it was like a bit of a desperate last-minute thing.
Yeah, because it was, wasn't it? Really,
it was last-minute. I don't know how much they've seen him play. I don't know. I just think he's only young. He's only 19, isn't he? So it's hard to judge a player at 19, 20. So give him a couple.
I think I judged him after 20 minutes. He just wasn't right.
Well, he did. He probably just didn't fit into our system. Really, that's as simple as that, is it? The way we play.
The championship, wasn't it? Too like that's one of the points he's gone to Blackburn. I don't see how that's going to do him any favours at all.
It'll be interesting to see how he gets on there, but he just obviously didn't. He didn't fit into our system. Simple as that, did he?
I think he needs to play football. See how he needs to get a bit of experience and just like strengthen up a bit. He was far too long.
Yeah, I agree.
Didn't really impact on games at all.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to have the same problem at Blackburn. I think you send him out to someone in League One and see if he gets any better. And where there, but it's just a strange one, really. But
well, and he's an international as well, isn't he? Swedish international, is he?
Yeah.
So
but they're not qualified for anything, have they? So I wouldn't worry about that.
No, they haven't. Right.
They've got Sweden have got 2 really good players. They're both forwards.
Yeah.
Gyökeres and Isaac. That's what they've got.
Well, you're probably right. Yeah. Tony. I mean, you were happy with the game, weren't you, as it went? Happy with it?
I mean, it surprised me. I didn't expect us to be like that. I thought it'd be a lot closer. It was a potential banana skin, and fair play to them. So my only concern, really, I thought possibly Ben Wilson should have had both of them with their goals. He was beating on his near. He was beating on his near post. There was no power behind the second one, apparently. And,
both from outside the area, weren't they?
Yeah,
so
the first one possibly you could probably blame the sun a bit, but I think that second one he should have had.
Yeah, possibly.
I didn't know if you saw it late, Tony. I didn't know because there was quite a lot of players in the box, wasn't there? Just trying to be charitable to him.
Yeah.
Well, somebody that was by there said there was no pace on it whatsoever.
Really?
He didn't have a lot.
Crept in at the post.
He didn't have a lot to do, to be fair, Wilson.
No.
The first one deflected up a bit, didn't it? I can understand that one. He seemed to pick up. The second one, he seemed to just lie down very slowly. It was,
Well, let's have a look at them, shall we? Let's have a look at the goals.
Curls it in towards the near post. Latavodier with a header, and it's got in. Latavodier headed into the ground, and it bounced in somehow. Oxford defenders statuesque, and Coventry City take the lead. Palmer trying to play it away from danger, gets into trouble, and it's Oxford with Harris, gets a shot, it's deflected and in, and Oxford have equalised, and it's on his feet, shouting at his defenders. Palmer gave the ball away initially, and Oxford are level, almost immediately through McGuinn. It is Coventry City 1, Oxford United 1. Here's El Sims for Coventry City. Pulls it back. Sheaf. It's 2-1. Unbelievable start to this game. Sims, the creator, found room on the left, pulled it back, and Ben Sheaf just had to side foot it into the net. The Baudier plays it to Josh Eccles in the centre circle, and Palmer turns on the ball and races towards us. Goes for a shot. Oh, what a goal from KC Palmer. He took that on himself, made the run, and then from about 25 yards out, blasted into the top corner. The goals keep coming. We've only played 16 minutes, and it's Coventry City 3, Oxford United 1. Here the Sky Blues again with O'Hare for Palmer. First time strike was a decent one, and he's got a penalty. And then he got the shot in, he was caught late, and the referee points to the spot. Callum O'Hare runs straight at the ball, little skip, and then he rolls it in. A cocky penalty from Callum O'Hare. O'Hare plays it to Sims inside the penalty area too. Palmer is trying to bring it under control. Sims turns on it. Sims moves towards goal, tries to slide it in. The keeper saves with his legs. Corner on that right-hand side, a couple of yellow balloons in the Oxford United end. Behind that goal, it's not a bad delivery towards the near post, and then shot from outside the area, and a second strike goes in from the substitute Goodrum. His first effort blocked, his second one goes in beyond the reach of Ben Wilson. Oxford United suddenly have a glimmer of hope. It ends in a goal, it'll be pretty special. She plays it forward to Allen, to De Silva, lays it off for Bidwell. Oh, a nice dummy from Bidwell, gives it to De Silva. Oh, his touch is too heavy, De Silva. He loses it, wins it back again though, and gives it to Allen. Jamie Allen for Godden. He tries to cut it in and does cut it in. And Matty Godden walks away. And we've got the goal that kills off the game. It's Coventry City 5, Oxford United 2. Here's Jamie Allen for the Sky Blues. Slides it through to Godden. Godden, yes, in second. Allen with the assist. And Matty Godden again. A very muted celebration as he puts the ball into the bottom of the net.
Fantastic. Goal of the game, obviously, Casey Palmer. We all agree, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a better goal so far in any of the FA Cup games.
The Bamford one's pretty special, isn't it? Leeds.
The lead. I haven't seen that. Was that today?
Yeah. It wasn't. Yeah, takes it out in the air takes it on his chest, turns, spins, and volleys it. It's a hell of a shot.
Oh, does it?
In that bit of action, you saw Sims run with the ball. I mean, I've criticised him for the lack of goals, but what he did there, if he's not scoring, that's what he has to do 5 or 6 times in a match at least to get the fans behind him. Because if you're not doing that, he's not doing anything. And I think that's what he needs to do to win the fans over. He's got to work really hard. I mean, Matty Godden, the 2 goals he scored were typical Matty Godden, just looking for that bit of space. I mean, the second one, it's so hard, that finish, because he didn't know
Very
where the ball
tight,
was.
very tight
He didn't know
angle,
where the
wasn't it?
ball was. And he didn't think about it. He just took it first time. And, I mean, the rumours are he could be off in the morning. And if that's the case, I think that'd be a shame unless we got somebody coming in, because we can't afford to lose anybody's goals from up top at the minute, because they're not really that prolific. I know we've got 6 and 3 the other day, but, you know, we know we want some blanks this season as well.
Yeah, I say we've got 9 goals in the last 2 games, which not, you can't moan about that. But Matty Godden, if he does go, then I'm sure Robbins has got someone lined up. For me, it's got to be better than Matty Godden, because if he's going to get rid of somebody, he's got to bring in somebody better. Hopefully.
Well, the rumor is he's off to Queen's Park Rangers in the morning.
Really?
That's what I've heard today. How true it is, I don't know.
Okay.
And they're going for that Longstaff from Notts County.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
He's 26, 27.
Yeah, and that'd be interesting. I'll for one be sorry to see Matty Godden leave, because I think he's a fantastic striker. He's been a great servant, but there comes a time, obviously, we all know, don't we, Claudio? He's ruthless. Robbins is a bit ruthless, isn't he, when he comes to making decisions?
Well, yeah, he's done it with other players, hasn't he? Players we've all liked. I mean, even going to the days of the likes of Grimmer,
Yeah, well, that's right.
I thought was brilliant. I love Grimmer. I thought it was great. Yeah, but he don't mess around, does he? It's
the chance that Sim missed about the keeper saved with his feet.
Yeah,
I thought was easier than one Godden scored the second one.
Exactly, that's what I mean, Tony. He's a good finisher.
He's a finisher, yeah. So if it was me, I'd keep Godden here till the end of the season.
I would personally, but there might be things happening in the background that we don't know. Glenn's come back on from Scarborough Hub. Godden's on his way. Huddersfield and QPR after him. Yeah, all these rumours are going around. I'll just be sorry to see him go. Victoria, would be sorry to see Godden go?
Yeah, definitely. I still think he's got a job to do. I think that he can score goals. And I think, like Claudio said, why would you get rid of somebody that adds some goals to our squad? He might not be the right person for like 90 minutes anymore. He can still come up and do a job for bits of games. And so for me, it just seems a strange one to...
Paul Hughes, good evening, Paul. God's been great, but too slow now for the Championship. Shows how effective he can be against Division 1 side. Age gets to us all. I think we can't move forward with Godden, Allen or Kelly. It was interesting actually yesterday that Kelly was on the bench, wasn't he? And McFadden, and neither of them came on, did they?
Yeah, but Allen set both goals up for Godden.
Yeah, Allen did. Allen come on.
Yeah,
but Kelly never. Kelly never. I was surprised he didn't give Liam Kelly a run out, being against Oxford, and he hasn't played many games. And I was surprised McFadden probably didn't get a little run out, even though we all know he can't really play in the back four. But, he's a defender, so he hasn't had a run out. So if we need him, he needs to be sort of match fit, doesn't he? We never know if we do need him, if somebody gets sent off again or whatever. Glenn's back. This season, the FA Cup final is on Saturday, 25th of May, and the Championship playoff final is on Sunday, the 26th of May. Well, what are we going to do there if we get to both?
Have to play the big team in the cup final.
I didn't know that. That's very bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, Kev was telling me that on Saturday. I didn't realise that either. It's a funny... it's not going to happen, is it? But
that's late.
A Championship team, like maybe like a Leeds or somebody, could technically do that, couldn't they? I think. I don't
it is late. It's very late. Yeah, that's very surprising. Huh?
More importantly, 26th of May is my birthday.
Well, exactly.
Whoa.
You'll be out celebrating, won't you, Claudia? You won't be. Well, I'm sure it won't bother you, but you'll be at the game, whatever, won't you? But yeah, so it'll be interesting. There could be some changes on the cards in the next few days. It will be interesting. I, for one, will be sorry to see Godden go, but I just thought Kenny, a very nice man, very charitable.
That's in reference to Ayari, because I said he was rubbish.
Well, yeah, he has been rubbish for us, but I'm not saying he's a rubbish player overall. You know, that's all.
That's Miles. That's all I'm saying. That's Miles.
Anyway, look, let's have a break. We'll come back. We've got a Guestigate winner from last week, and then we've got a Guestigate again for the Leicester game, and then we're going to talk a little bit.
I've got some news about the statue and
yes,
future guest as well.
Yes, that's right. Well, we'll come to you after the break on that. What's this? John Williams live events for the vocalist. Hurrah reminded me of. No, that's lightweight with no actual substance. Yeah. Well, yes, you're probably right. And look, he didn't do well for us, and I know that. But I just maybe think somewhere there's a good little player in there somewhere. I don't know, but only time will tell. But never mind. He's moved on. He's gone now, so we won't worry about it. You know, we've got better players, and no, he wouldn't get in the side at the moment anyway because the players are simply better than him. Simple as that.
He couldn't get in the side when we were losing.
No, no. Obviously, Robin's seen something in training, and he knows. Well, he knows the players better, doesn't he? So he's seen something somewhere, but you know, never mind. We move on. Anyway, let's have a break. We'll be back after the break. We'll talk a little bit more.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.
Welcome back to Sky Blue Fans TV. We were just discussing fantastic Irani, who's moved on to better things at Blackburn, allegedly. Well, anyway, guess the gate. It was 18,211. And we had a winner, Martin Cadden. We all know him, Martin Cat.
Oh, I knew it. He told me this morning.
He guessed 18,000, so he was the closest. He's won himself Sky Blue Fans TV mug. So there you go. Can't buy them anywhere. You've got to win them. That's the only way you can get them. And you can't buy them. So, Martin, I'll get that mug to you as soon as possible. Now, if you want to guess the gate for the Leicester game, which is this Saturday, with a 12:30 kickoff, it's going to be near enough a sellout, I think. Probably will be. So get your guesses in now, please. Guess the gate for the Leicester game. I think this should be a little bit closer. There might be a few close ones on this one. It's going to be near as damn it a sellout. I'll be very surprised if it's not. I think there's a few corporate tickets left. That's about it. So get your guesses in, please. Guess the gate for the Leicester game on Saturday. Now, Casey Palmer, he was man of the match on Saturday, which we all agree with, I think. We all agree with that? I think so.
I just think Ben Sheaf was probably man of the match. If I had been, like Vicky said, for the goal that he scored. But Palmer did lose the ball in possession for their first goal as well, which
he did.
He got robbed.
He got tackled.
I do think I agree. He got man of the match because of the goal he scored. But I think Ben Sheaf was absolutely superb yesterday as well. So,
he was Ben Sheaf, and he took his bandage off as well, didn't he?
He did. So. Yeah. So.
Anyway, look, he did get man of the match. So, and I was up in the lounges afterwards, and he was speaking to Harry Roberts.
Well played, Casey. A fantastic match. Far better than last year's. And to score 6 goals at home, it must be wonderful.
Yeah, a lot better than last year's. Like you said, that was a bit embarrassing. But yeah, to be into the next round is obviously good. We'll be watching the draw on Monday, hoping for an exciting draw, I suppose, yeah.
We mentioned that down there about who would you like, and I think there's not many teams would like us. in the next round because the style of football that you play and how well we're doing. Do you remember much about your goal? You know, the little tapping you had.
To be fair, I just watched it again, walking across from that one room to this room to this. No, it was one of them. I turned. The touch was kind of set nicely, and it was kind of perfect to hit, and yeah, it went in. So yeah, I'll take it.
Back of the net, it was good. The net was there, and still be travelling. But it was, you are the man of the match. But it could have been one of many. Such a great team performance, which you obviously need. And so many players could have been up here. You also created the penalty. What happened there?
I went to shoot, obviously Callum's passed it back and I just got cloud, man. So I got a big cut going down my leg, but I suppose we got a pen and Cal scored, so yeah, we'll take it.
And it was a great penalty, wasn't it? I mean, it's so cool. A little skip before it and just rolls it into the corner. Was you ever on penalty duty? Could it have been you if you hadn't got injured?
Nah, to be fair, as soon as we got in today, we saw obviously the team and stuff. Cal claimed it straight away, so I was like, take him. Do you know what I mean? So as long as everyone's scoring, we're playing well, it's good for everyone. Everyone's obviously the goals were shared around today. And I think that's the big difference from last year. We've got a lot more of the team contributing to the goals, which is a real asset for everyone. So yeah, we keep going.
And we were saying there was 5 different goal scorers. That kind young lady there, not you. But it was nice to see that Matty got a brace, and I believe he was on 49 goals now. Somebody said, and it would have been nice for him to get his 50th here and maybe a hat-trick. But he's such a clinical player, isn't he?
Yeah, I think you see the goals today. That's his trademark. Obviously, he's done it for this club for years now, a good few years, and we know when he gets into them positions what he can do. So yeah, it's good obviously for him to score again. Obviously, Hadji's been scoring. Ellis has got a few lately, goals and assists. So, like I said again, everyone seems to be contributing, which is a real asset going forward.
You say that, but nobody's hit it from 35 yards like you. And probably by about 10 o'clock tonight, it'll be about 60 yards a shot from. Yes. We said that the draw is on Monday. Is there anybody in particular you'd like?
Yeah, I said I'm a Liverpool fan, so Liverpool away or home would do me well. To be fair, I think anyone we get, hopefully we get an exciting draw. It's what the fans want. It's what the FA Cup's about. So yeah, whoever we get, I'm sure we'll find a way to make it exciting. So yeah.
And we're talking about fans there, and the fans are so caustic and lethal at times. I had to write it down. They were singing to the Oxford fans, who put the ball in the Oxford net? And then they said half the effing team did. And it's so clever and so quick to come and is there a fire alarm? Because everybody kept going, they were singing, is there a fire alarm? Do you hear any of this?
Sometimes, to be fair, days like today when you're obviously coasting the game a little bit, you take a bit more interest in what obviously the crowd are singing. Hopefully it's like that next week. But obviously next week will be a tough game, so we'll see what happens.
Well, we do thank you for coming up here, Casey, and you are, a great man of the match, a great guy to be with as well. Please put your hands together for Mr. Casey Palmer. Bear in mind, it's only children that get autographs, and we'll be looking at passports as well, so don't try and pretend you're one of the kids. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. He spoke really well there as well, don't you think?
Yeah, very well.
Yeah, he was very complimentary for Matty Godden as well. So, yeah. Okay, so he was man of the match. Hopefully he's going to start maybe against Leicester on Saturday, possibly. We'll have to discuss that a bit later on. We're going to move on a bit about the George and John statue appeal now, Claudio. This is it here, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah,
apparently Joe Elliott, I think, is going to come on Thursday night, Miles told me.
Yes.
And he was just giving me a brief summary. He's saying that the statue is going to cost about 200,000. They've raised over half the money. The Jimmy Hill statue cost 100k apparently. Obviously, there's only one of him, and you got 2 figures, haven't you, with George and John? Anyone who donates £500 gets the name on the plinth. That will obviously be there for life. There's a GoFundMe page which Miles is. I think that's going to be up on our YouTube channel.
Yeah,
the link for that, and it's going to be by the Superstore and Players Entrance, and hopefully, well, it should be ready for 2025. The reason they've had to go ahead with it now to make sure it's ready for 2025. So that's why they put the order in now. Basically, as it takes quite a while.
Yeah.
The GoFundMe is currently around about 10k. I mean, they will get the extra money because there's no doubt businesses and other sponsors will come in. They'll do probably golf days and all sorts before them. But it's been going on quite a while, this whole project. But I think because they've got a date for when they want it for, they've had to make the announcement. But I think Joe Elliott will talk about more of that on Thursday.
Yeah, and if you do want to donate, it's on the screen now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they deserve a statue, don't they?
Oh, definitely, without doubt. Yeah, without a shadow.
And because you can't have the flags anymore on the ground, because the more people we get, there'll be nothing commemorative in the ground, is there?
No.
So yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great. Absolutely brilliant.
And do we know exactly where it's going to be?
Yeah, between the Superstore and the Players Entrance, around that side.
Around the new bit where that new entrance be created. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be. I don't know what style, but that you'll have to ask Joe that on Thursday. They must have some sort of ideas what they're looking at.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a fantastic. Tony, are you all in favour of this?
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic servants of the club. Give us our only major really honour. I remember them days brilliantly, and 100%. I'm amazed they probably haven't done it before now.
Yeah.
Fair. But I think that's down to, the ground situation.
It just seems like I think the way they do it now, you have to wait for somebody to die before you make a statue of them. It seems, I think maybe that's what it was. I don't know. It seems, but you're right, Tony. Why not before?
Yeah. As I say, I think it was the ground. The come forward with that was Sisu.
Yeah.
And now they've signed the 10-year lease. They can go ahead with it.
Yeah. Victoria, just get your comments on that. I know the FA Cup was before your time, wasn't it? But I'm sure you've seen it back replayed many times.
Yeah, I mean it's the same. Like Jimmy Hill was before my time as well, but like we all know, like the impact these key people have had on the history of the club, and so it's only right that they're celebrated and that we honour them properly. So I think it's a great thing. Yeah.
Okay, see what comments we've got coming in. Wes, good evening, Wes. Maybe they can look at naming a stand after them. That'd be a good idea. Yeah, the George Curtis stand or the John Sillett stand would be fantastic. Any more comments, Claudio? Ian Pimlock, good evening, Ian. It's a shame George and John never had a chance to see it. Yeah, that's sad. That is very sad. Of course, it's one of those things that's happened, and they're both passed away. Literally, not many months between each other, were they, Claudio, when they passed away?
Yeah, but the problem is that you can't name a stand because it's not our ground.
Yes, that is a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, where at Highfield Road we can't here. Yeah.
No, exactly.
Because we haven't got the rights to do that. Yeah. Jordan Williams, live entertainment presenter and vocalist. Good evening, Jordan. Callum O'Hare, Dad on Twitter is liking all the tweets asking him to sign a new deal. Hopefully a good sign. Yeah. I was going to bring that up about O'Hare's deal and who's concerned about. I mean, I'm a little bit concerned. I'm not wholly concerned because I do think he'll sign. Claudio, are you concerned that he's not signed yet?
From what I've heard, there's a contract there under his nose. So whether or not there's some I's and to dot and T's to cross, or agent wants more money, or they're touting him, who knows? But I think they have made an offer. But I suppose you might see the contract out till the summer. You don't know, do you?
Well, that's the risk. Of course, he'll go on a free then, wouldn't he? So
we won't let him. Yeah, but we won't let him go anyway, would we? So if he's a free agent, we wouldn't let him go. We'd still make an offer probably at the end of the season.
Yeah,
whether or not he decides to leave, then. This has all come about because of the Bosman ruling many years ago, and basically, I mean, it was all put in place for the big clubs to sort of protect their assets, really. And all it's done is killed a lot of smaller clubs because they've got no control over anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's just player power. So
Yeah.
and if you can negotiate with clubs 6 months before the end of your contract, I think it's 3 months depending what country you play in.
Yeah.
Some clubs have got no chance. I mean, this is why Chelsea are offering these 6 to 8 year contracts, because at least they can say, right, we've got you here for at least 5 years.
Yeah.
And this is why we've been giving out 4-year contracts, because you now know at least you've got a minimum 3 seasons, haven't you?
Yeah. I think Kitchen signed a 4-year deal, didn't he?
Yeah, I think they all have. I think they've all got them on 4-year deals.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you really do risk losing players too early.
Yeah.
I mean, what would we do now for at least another 18 months on Callum's contract? Would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah. For me, I think perhaps I don't know. They probably should have made an offer when he was out injured, and I know it's a bit of a risk, and they took that risk, I think, with Jody Jones, didn't they? And he broke down again second time when he came back from a bad injury.
But didn't O'Hare say that he wouldn't discuss a contract while he was injured? I'm sure
he did. Yeah, I heard that he didn't want to discuss anything while he was injured. It wasn't fair to anybody. He wanted to prove his fitness before he wanted to talk contracts, which was fair enough. But yeah,
Problem is, Ken, I don't think you can, because if they've made his contract another 18 months longer while he's injured, and then he never comes back, I mean, there's a payoff then, isn't there?
Yeah.
So no club's going to risk that, regardless of who the player is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing how strong he's come back.
Oh, he looks the same as he's never been away, doesn't he? The way he's playing.
Yeah, I think and the bulking up has helped as well. I think
a bit stronger. Yeah, whereas
I'll be surprised if he goes, because he looks so happy. I mean, it's not. Whereas you look at the body language from Matty, he looks like he's out the door already.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
And yet he's got a contract.
Yeah, because he sign a new contract not long ago, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's to the end of the season or the end of next season, but he's definitely
next
just
season.
signed
I think next season. Yeah, I think it's next season.
So I just
he's signed 2 years.
So the worst that could happen is if he's going out on loan for 6 months or something. I don't know, but
he's not going to be sold. He's if he goes, he's going definitely on loan.
Oh, on loan, right?
Yeah,
okay.
on loan.
So we'll have a recall on him if needed.
Yeah, he'll come back at the end of the season. Yeah.
I mean, Victoria, will you be? What do you think about the situation with O'Hare? Do you think he'll go, or do you think he'll stay?
It's a hard one. I think, like Claudia just said, he looks so happy. So in my mind, I'm thinking, why would you not sign and stay?
Yeah.
And we all know that money's involved, and people go because there's so much more money. But to me, if I was earning like 15,000 a week, I'd be happy. I mean, it's just so much ridiculous money.
Yeah.
I just struggle with the concept of even more. But yeah, so I hope he signs. I think it'd be silly not to. I think he's going to end up in a situation like Hamer, having to just take some club if he's not careful. And so with Hamer deserves better than Sheffield United. And O'Hare, if he's going to go, he deserves a decent move to a better club than. So I think he should sign a new contract, play well with us, and then if someone better comes in, then we let him go with our blessing because he's done the right thing by us, the club. Because I think we deserve some reward for supporting him through this time. So I think that's the right thing to do around for me.
Yeah, Tony, what's your gut feeling?
Well, he's from what I can gather, O'Hare's saying that nothing's been put in front of him.
Oh, okay.
So he's adamant about that nothing's been put in front of him. So how true it is, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of rumors.
But why would the club not put something in front of him?
Yeah, I'll be very surprised if they hadn't put anything down in front of him. To be fair, especially at this stage, going into the new year, you think there'd be at least talks going on.
If they haven't, they must have somebody in mind who's better then.
Well, yeah, that's
the thing with Callum. He could leave us, but then you look at the Premier League. Which team is he going to get into and start? It's not going to be anybody in the top half.
Yeah.
It's like Hamer. Hamer's not going to get into any of the top half of that Premier League as if he left Sheffield United.
Yeah,
they've already got those players. They've already got that player in their squad. So where would he go? So is he looking at maybe a Burnley or Leeds maybe? if they go up, or even Leicester. I mean,
Burnley is still sniffing around, apparently.
Yeah, you see, a club like Leicester are definitely going to go up. Can afford whoever they want, can't they? Really?
Yeah. Well, be interesting to see what happens. To be fair, Robin Fletcher. Good evening, Robin. Would like to see Tavares given some game time. I think there's a player in there. Yeah. Now Tavares obviously came on at the weekend. He didn't do a lot. He didn't really have that much time, to be fair, but he is a decent player. I think he'll go out on loan, personally. I think they've probably got...
There's been a U-turn, Ken. There's been a U-turn on that.
Has there?
Mark Roberts is now saying he's likely to keep him.
Oh, really? Okay.
So that would say to me that Godden's definitely going out on loan.
Yeah. Oh, right.
So
I didn't know.
He's not going to let two forwards go out.
No, I'll be surprised if you let Gordon Anning go, yeah, to be fair.
What's the strange one now is that you think really Tavares is the one that needs some regular game time. Like, I think there's a player there, but I think he needs to play week in, week out. Because one of the things he did yesterday was more than once. He got into a position and was indecisive about what to do. And there's a couple of times where maybe he could have got a shot away or put a crossover, and he wasn't really sure. And I think that he needs some game time.
The very first game back after that long injury. So
he just needs a bit of game time, get used to what he can do. Sometimes he won't play week in, week out for us, will he? He's never going to be like first name on the team sheet. So I think I'd be getting him out on loan to give him that regular game time so he's ready for next season. It just seems strange to keep him here. But for me, I just think he wants to be playing somewhere week in, week out and rebuilding that experience.
Yeah,
it was on Coventry Live this morning on the on the pages on the Google that Mark Robbins U-turn over Fabio Tavares.
When he come on that first touch and he's put through, you thought, here we go, and he kicked off the pitch. I said to
Luke, went out for a goal kick, Claudio, didn't it? Yeah.
And I said to Luke, it looks like he needs to be dipped in a bucket of WD-40. That rusty, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he's got absolute pace, which is what we do lack up front. You do need, because when he comes on, he just looks quick, doesn't he? He just looks quick, and we do lack that. That's the one thing we lack up front is somebody with lightning pace.
Yeah, no, we do miss that, to be fair. And it'd be nice to see it'd be very interesting to see what Robbins has got up his sleeve. I'm sure. The coaching staff or the scouts have been out and about doing their work, and no doubt, I'm sure they'll have players in mind. Michael Fetter, good evening, Michael. Derby on loan, I've heard. Well, there you go. Yeah, for Gordon. Yeah, that's the rumour we're hearing. I'll be disappointed for one. Paul Clifford, O'Hare is a good player, but he's not a Gus Hamer's class. No, I think, to be honest, he's a different type of player, O'Hare, than Gus. Gus is more of a very skillful Gus, and he can dictate a game of playing balls through across the midfield, where O'Hare is a more nippy, attacking sort of player, isn't he? With very good, the ball close to his feet. So they're different types of players in a way, but both quality. We're living by these towns. I think O'Hare will be off to Leicester. No, don't want to go there. The summer, if we stay down and they go up, I hope not. Jesus, that's the last thing we want. Any more, Claudia? Any more comments on about people?
I've got one coming up.
Longstaff, yes, but for SM, no.
5 million. 5 million. It's not worth it. 26 years.
Nah, not 5 million. Not 5 million. I can't see us playing 5 million. Can you?
I can. We're massive, Ked. Come on. You're living in the past. You're living in the past.
Dubs loaded.
Mind you, we did play. What did we pay? What did we pay for Sims? We paid quite a lot for Sims, didn't we?
Well, that's why he won't go. He won't be going anywhere because they paid that money for him.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, I'm not. I think it was 2 million is what the rumour was for Macaulay Langstaff, or his name is. It was 2 million.
Yeah,
I think,
5 with add-ons.
That's a bit more realistic, isn't it? 2 million for us, I think.
Yeah, but we do need an injection of pace up front. That's that's where we're lacking.
Wes put Godden celebrations, I think, are more respect thing as the game is already over. Well, maybe. He normally celebrates Ed Godden, doesn't he? I was very surprised. Wayne, good evening, Wayne. Hasn't he only just recently extended his contract? Yes, he has, Wayne. But as you know, contract's only a little bit of paper, which things can change, as we all know. What else we got? We've got some guesses for Guessergate. Wes says 40,000. I'm not quite sure, Wes. Are you going to get?
Who are we, Sunderland? 40,000.
Be nice to see 40,000 in there.
Yeah.
Gower 87, 30,285. That's a possibility. Jordan Williams, 30,150. In Pomlock, 29,762. Covandy, 29,450. Wes has come back with a bit more realistic, 31,122. It's a bit more like it. Catty Cads, that was this week's winner. He's going for dead on 30,000. He went for dead on 18,000.
Evening, Martin.
Martin, good evening. Could he win 2 weeks on the trot? Maybe. That's about it, I think, for the. Now, here's a question for you. Wes says, "What's your opinion on all the Premiership teams being live on TV? They should give TV time to lower teams in the FA Cup." Now, I do agree with this because I was very surprised that Manchester City and Huddersfield were selected for a live game, which I thought was very bizarre. Man City being at home.
Yeah.
Now, I thought that was a strange one. Whereas they could easily have had, maybe two loads of teams playing each other. Because I say the FA Cup's all about, I can understand if that game was at Huddersfield, but at home, Man City at home to Huddersfield is a bit of a strange game to have on live selection for me. I don't know what your feelings about that is.
I think if you're in the top six, the Premier League, they just pick you. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. If you look at all the live games, they're all top six Premier League clubs at least, and then there's some other ones, some straggler games, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So if we got Liverpool, we're on the telly.
Yeah.
If we play Newcastle, we'll be on the telly probably. Because they're in the top half or whatever. They're just looking for viewing figures, aren't they? Man City guaranteed you're on telly.
Yeah.
Villa. I bet if we were to be playing Sheffield United, that wouldn't be on telly.
Well, that's right. Yeah. Or if we get a lower division, we're at home to a lower division, like a League One side or whatever. That probably won't be on telly either.
Yeah. I actually watched Shrewsbury Wrexham today.
That's Wrexham won that, didn't they? 1-0, was it?
1-0, yeah. I thought I'd just give that a watch because of there's a bit of kind of rivalry there, isn't there? Just because it's on the border.
Yeah, and
you get better games at that level as well.
Shipley played. I thought
Bailey's play.
He came on. I mean, the thing is, they look comfortable at that standard.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. And Morosi was in goal.
Yeah, that's right. There's connection there.
It was a decent game actually, and they didn't. Wrexham, I didn't think deserved to win, but they've got a couple of decent forwards, haven't they? With that Mullin, they got is it Stephen Fletcher up front? He's about 36 now, I think. He's playing up front for them.
Yeah,
they're a solid outfit.
We know all about them, don't we? We played them last year at Wrexham, so we know all about them.
But I watched it because I thought I can't be bothered to watch Man City Huddersfield. I thought, oh no.
When I seen that on there, I thought, what? Who would want to watch that part? Unless you're a Huddersfield or Man City fan. Caddy Cats, it's already agents. It's greedy agents who don't give a crap about the fans. You're probably right there. Agents do dictate, still seem to dictate where players end up these days. We've had that one then from Wes. Did we not sign right for power and pace, and we don't use that? Well, yeah. I mean, Haji Wright has had a slow start for me to his career, but the last few games he's come on. I think he's come on really well. He's playing on that left hand side. I think where he cuts in. I think he's done well. So he's getting better, Haji, and I think he'll improve all the time.
Yeah, but he hasn't got the pace I'm on about. That acceleration, first 2 yards where you're gone.
Like Vic had.
No, quicker than Vic. Vic was a funny guy when he was running. He wasn't, I don't think Vic was that fast, to be honest. He just had power.
Yeah.
I'm talking like your Michael Owen pace. That kind of pace is what we need. Somebody who can really shift.
Yeah.
So especially if you're playing down the middle.
And Fabio's quick. He's the quickest in the club. Fabio Tavares.
Yeah, Fabio is lightning. When you can see it, he is. It's just he's somehow getting his feet right. Basically, he's got to learn to play football with his pace.
Yeah,
that's the kit. Yeah.
Well, we might see a little bit more of him then in the next few weeks. Kitch ban finished now. Yes, Robin. Kitchen's ban's over now, so he's available for selection against Leicester, which is fantastic. I expect him to come straight back into the team. To be honest,
I wouldn't. I think Binks has been good. I don't think he'll get straight back in.
Would you keep Binks in there for the Leicester game then? Yeah.
Well, what? I mean, we lost since he's been in there.
Oh, we haven't. No, Claudia, would you do that? Or
well, to be honest, I'd keep him in because purely to to show the players that you can't act like complete dicks.
Yeah.
The reason he's not playing is because he was stupid. I know Mark Robbins says he didn't do anything, but something happened to lose. He got involved.
Yeah, he should have known walked away.
It was after the final whistle as well,
which makes it more annoying. Yeah.
I know. I mean, you've probably had to deal with that in your time as a referee.
Oh, plenty of times I've had to send people off after the final whistle, and Tony has as well, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Even in the changing rooms.
Yeah, I just do it before they come out.
2 million going 5 million, says Wes. I'm not sure what player was on about there. Cats, my Notts County friend says 20 million for Longstaff.
Oh yeah. Martin, you having a laugh? You having a laugh, Martin?
2 million? You're having a laugh. Who's your Notts County mate? He must be still on the Christmas drinks. Ian Pimlott, I heard Oxford were interested in Godden. Well, he scored against somebody that certainly had a good look at him. Maybe. Sell out 26,000 in the ground. Now, the official attendance, I think, is it just over 30,000? Is it, Cloudy? What's the official attendance?
Currently 29,200.
Right. Is that?
That's because of the partition under the stand and the corporate bit, that balcony seating area.
Yeah.
So they need to sell all those out, and you need to do some under the concourse to get the 31 to. They're basically 2,000 short.
Right. So how come they got? What did they get against Chelsea that time in the FA Cup?
30,000 and something, wasn't it? 31,000 and something.
31.
Yeah, that wasn't. I think what they're saying, it wasn't like it is now.
No.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
They obviously used to, it was the rugby that took out the stuff underneath the ground, wasn't it?
I see.
It was,
right.
Yeah,
and you can't. And people are going, this. You just cannot have. You can't have the concourse open underneath on Saturday with Leicester and Cov fans.
No chance. No.
It's just the way it is. I know it doesn't. Once you're in the stand, it makes that's different. But you can't do it. The way it's laid out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully they'll sort that out eventually, so we can get a few more bodies in there. Living by these towns, Steve reckons 29,942. There's a question for us. Who do all four of you in the next round? We'll love Spurs away, but I've got a feeling that we'll get Palace or Everton at home. I've got a feeling we'll get a home tie against a big club this time. I really do. I really think we'll get home. We're going to get a plum tie, and we're going to be out early in the draw. What do you think, Claudia?
I want to go for another Championship club at home or lower.
Tony?
Right, I just got a feeling we're going to get Birmingham City at the CBS. That's what I think. Birmingham City, and I think that's it, or Hull if they win the replay.
I mean, any of the bottom six from the Prem at home, I think we could beat them,
including Man United.
They're not in the bottom six.
No, but they are bottom six tied at the moment.
We could beat Everton.
in the way they're playing.
Oh, the way they're playing.
Yeah.
But I'd take anybody in the bottom 6 from the Prem at home. I'll go bottom 6 Prem and below.
We're number 27, by the way, if anybody's interested in ball numbers.
That's
Not
interesting.
Not quite sure how they do the numbers, but I don't know why we're 27. But I've been told we're 27. We're normally about 18, 19, aren't we? Something like that.
I don't like the way they did the draw now. I used to love it when you didn't know what the numbers were, the teams, what they were. And now you see the teams on the screen, don't you? It's a bit...
Yeah, it spoils it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. They do. Yeah, they've seen the. You know what teams are left in the hat, don't you? Well, they just take them off as they did the draw live. But yeah, I know Victoria's had to shoot off because she's got some on, so I'm sure she'll tell us who she would like in the next round. I've got rumours here that Wilson's off to Wrexham as well. You heard that, Claudio? Ben Wilson?
No, I think I might have heard that from my son if that was happening.
Okay. Fair enough.
If anybody's going, it's going to be Simon Moore, surely.
Yeah, I'd have thought more because I thought Wilson, would be number 2 myself. But whether he's happy, but he's not going to be happy being number 2, obviously. But he can't really complain that Collins is, took his place really. Covandy reckons. He says, Ian, is that why Godden didn't celebrate scoring against his new club? Against Oxford, possibly, yeah. You never know. Like a young Michael Owen, I think Tavares has that pace. Yeah, he does. As Claudio was saying, he does have the pace. He just needs to get his feet in order, doesn't he?
Yeah. That's a bit like John Williams, the flying post. Things like that. He's sometimes just too quick, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But he's got to use it the right way.
Ian Pimlott says the original capacity on completion of the stadium was 32,600 and Chelsea were 31,407. So there you go, yeah. So that's the one to beat then, isn't it? 31,407, but we're not going to beat that at the moment.
I don't think so, unless they can do something. But it's not going to be this Saturday, is it? Because
no.
They've already sold the tickets.
They might be able to sell a few more corporate tickets, but and Caddy Katz reckons we'll get Maidstone, the lowest ranking team left in the competition, away. Now that'll be a mad scramble for tickets if that happened.
I mean, that would be on telly, surely.
That would definitely be on telly, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. So,
where's the Gander Green Lane?
Yeah. We all remember that town, don't we? Gander Green Lane.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Don't really want to be reminded about it.
We won't talk about Gander Green Lane.
No, we won't. Right, I think we've caught up with all the comments, haven't we, Claudio? I believe. Yeah, we have. Just to say, Leicester on Saturday. Then looking forward to it, Claudio. It should be near enough to sell out. You're quite confident we can beat them?
Yeah, I think we've got a good chance, haven't we? And they've got some players missing because of the African nations and the Asian Cup as well.
Yeah.
So we'll just see what happens, what sort of team we can put out, and just keep it tight. I mean, I could see us at worst coming out of it with a draw, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with a draw, but I'd like to beat them because I just felt we should have beaten them first game of the season. And I think we're better now than we were first game of the season. We're a better team now. I think we're stronger, and we look a lot better than we did. And
we're lasting a lot longer as well in the games because we're finishing games a bit stronger now, aren't we?
No, definitely, yeah, without a doubt. And I think the squad's a lot stronger. We've got important players back playing, like O'Hare, and Casey Palmer, who weren't available at the start of the season. So that makes it a better team. Are you quite confident, Tony, going into the Leicester game Saturday?
I just think they've got to lose sooner or later. They just can't keep winning game in game after game after game. So do you know what? I think 2-1 to Coventry on.
That'd be good.
Saturday, 2-1 to Coventry Saturday. That's right. I think we'll concede. I think we might beat them.
It'd be brilliant if we did. Hopefully, people will get the banners out to welcome them to Coventry like they welcomed us to Leicester on the M69. There, they had a few banners, didn't they?
Yeah, but that wasn't welcoming, Ken.
No, it wasn't. But I'm sure we'll be nice. We'll be nice one saying we've missed you. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Or something of that nature. But yeah, there was some banners. We did see them all on the way to the Leicester game. It did make me chuckle a little bit. But so yeah, I mean, I think we'll win. I think we'll win, and I probably agree with you, Tone. I'm going to go. It'll be a tight game, but I think we've got the team now that we can beat them. Obviously, Houts are going to have a couple of players missing, but
we're probably the team that can beat them. Yeah,
definitely. And then they won't fancy coming here at all, because they know they've got a hard game. They won't be looking forward to coming here.
Well, the guy they got, Ndidi, he's out. He's out injured, so he won't be playing.
Yeah, and they have got some good players, so we have got to be wary of them. It's going to be a feisty game, I think, and it's going to be a great atmosphere as well. With a sellout crowd, so we're all looking forward to that. And that's about it. We're going to wrap up the program, I think. There, anything else, Claudia? And then we'll
just a brief chat about a future guest we got on.
Yes.
Hopefully,
reveal all.
Yeah, February the 4th, live on your screens. Hopefully, he said he'll do it. Is Gary Thompson? So the ex striker of ours from the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah,
going to come on, and so Gary will be coming on to chat about his book that he wrote last year, autobiography. And if anybody's listened to Gary Thompson before, you don't need to ask him much for him to talk, and he's got some great stories and a colourful past, and it'd be interesting to some of the fans who've not heard this stuff, especially about his transfer moves and how things were done in the old days, and probably why the Bosman ruling has come in now, because it wasn't around in those days.
His wife is in my class at school. I know Gary. I know Gary well. Yeah. She died. Louise. She died. His wife.
Is a good lad. So it'll be a good guest to have on. So we'll be asking questions, and obviously, like last time we had Jim Brown on.
Yeah.
If anybody's
got a question
watching, just put a question in, and hopefully he'll just answer it. But that's
email us here at skybluefanstv@gmail.com. And you'll, with any questions you've got, and we'll put them to Gary when he comes on. It'll be Sunday, the 4th of February, I believe, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah, we asked him if he'd do it, and no problem. So that was brilliant.
That's the day we come back from Norwich, isn't it? That's the day we're coming back from Norwich. Sunday.
Yeah, it will be. Yes, because we play Norwich on the Saturday. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. So, I mean, my memory straight away of Gary Thompson was that epic game against West Ham.
Well, exactly.
In the semi-final of the League Cup.
We've got somebody on who's involved in an iconic match at Highfield Road.
Yeah.
There's not been, it's one of those games, isn't it? And
where he scores at both ends. It was must have been a horrible feeling when he put the ball in, especially in an important game like that. But then obviously he went on and scored as well. So, probably a bit mixed feelings. And I know
that's mates with Cyril as well, weren't he?
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Played at West Brom with him as well.
They were together at West Brom. Yeah. So it'd be a good night.
Great.
So get your questions in, everybody who's listening, watching. Get your questions in about Gary Thompson. Anything you want to ask about Gary Thompson, about his career, about his playing career with the Sky Blues, and anything basically you want to know about him. I'm sure he'll. He's a very knowledgeable person. He'll answer them, and I'm looking forward to that Sunday, the 4th of February, where he'll be live, where you can ask him. We'll put the questions to him, and he'll answer them the best he can.
Because the first time I met him was when my dad used to organise the supporters club for Leamington Warwick. So I'd have been about 11, and here I am, 40 odd years later, going to do an interview with him.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
His brother played for Coventry as well, Keith Thompson, didn't he?
Yeah, he played for us for a while, didn't he? Yeah, he was like a winger, wasn't he? A tricky winger.
Yeah, a couple of first team appearances.
Yeah, he made a few. I remember him, Keith. Yeah, and I don't know where he went after us, but I remember him. He came through the youth team, didn't he? The youth academy.
Yeah, they both did. Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to know who his best partner with him. He used to play up front with Tom English, didn't he? If I remember.
Yeah, that's his mate. It's his mate.
Yeah, Tom English.
They used to get those Sweeney Todds together, didn't they?
Tommy English, yeah. Remember?
Yeah, there was Mark Hateley, Tommy English.
Hateley.
He played in front with Ian Wallace as well.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, right. Did he play with Wallace as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
77, Gary Thompson made his debut. 16.
Yeah.
16 or 17.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah. Bloody hell. God, they were the days, weren't they?
Born in 1959, anyway, he was, Gary Thompson. 1959 he was born, yeah.
So that's something to look forward to. And hopefully we'll have a few more old players.
Yeah.
We're hunting them down.
I think we've got David Bruce coming back on very shortly as well. He'll be back on, and Bruce will be back on. He's been on once before. He said he'd come back on for us, and he's going to do that in the new year. So, and then we're also getting a few more ex-players as well. So, stay tuned to us, and we'll have all the old players back on, and we can rekindle our. For all the oldies anyway, we can all rekindle our
years,
yeah, years gone by. But yeah, looking forward to that, Claudia. That'd be fantastic. Right, that's about it. I think thanks for joining us, gents.
No worries.
Guess the Gates. Now, if you're still doing Guess the Gates, you can email them in as well if you want. At skybluefanstv@gmail.com. You can email us your Guess the Gates if you missed it now. If you haven't put it on the comments. You've got
it's Thursday as well, isn't there? So they can do
we've got Thursday show as well. So Miles will be back on Thursday, hopefully with Joe Elliott coming on live to explain the whole reasoning regarding the John Sillett George Curtis statue. He's going to give you a lot more information about it, where you can donate and what you can do if you want to donate, and how much it's costing, etc., etc. So join Miles on Thursday live on Sky Blue Fans TV, where Joe Elliott will be here live explaining the whole scenario to you. That's from 7:30 on Thursday. Now, with no midweek game this week, so we've got a full concentration for Saturday. Well, our little quiet neighbours down the road, Leicester, are visiting the CBS Arena for the first time in a while. So I'm sure we'll give them a nice warm welcome. So from all of us, Tony, thank you very much.
No worries. Good night, everyone. Thanks, Sky Blues.
Claudia, as always, thank you very much for joining us.
Of course, pleasure.
And join us Thursday for Miles live show. Thursday, remember 7:30. We'll have Joe Elliott live in the studio, on the phone live, taking your questions and giving you the answers about the John Sillett and George Curtis statue. So big play up Sky Blues for everybody, and a very good night to you all. A very good evening. Good night.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans. Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.